Ladies and gentlemen, people around the world, it is time. Welcome to the weekly beer and video review show. Pumped, we are ready for today's show. We got some delicious beers to get through, we got some fun videos to talk about, and we got a whole bunch of great segments that we're going to get into. But first, let's not stall it any longer. How about those Buffalo Bills? Hey, yes, AFC East champions, the first time since 1995. Oh man, I can't remember. That was in high school. Wow, it was a long time ago. It's been a long time coming. We have a great squad. Who do we have with us today? Is anybody here? Welcome aboard. I'll wait till some people get here and we'll go ahead and we'll do a victory chug. So if you're new to the show, let me tell you a little bit about it. For those of you that keep showing up each and every week, thank you very much. I absolutely love you guys. So, if you're new to the show, let me tell you what we do here. We go ahead and review two delicious beers. Some I've had before, some I haven't. Really excited about all the times we get to try new beers. But while we're trying those beers out, we fill in with a little bit of video review and video preview. So I talk about the videos that came out last week on my channel, and I preview the videos that are coming up this upcoming week on my channel. And then all while this is going on, while the slishing, sloshing, and talking and jibber jabbering is going on, I'm going ahead and I'm bringing you segments like What Would You Rather, or This Day in History, or how about a little What Are You Reading, What Are You Watching? All wrapped up in a nice little bundle, bowl, whatever you want to call it. And I close out the show with a quote of the week or the quote of the day, however you want to look at it. I don't care. It's a quote. It's going to be fun. The show is going to be awesome. Thank you so much for hopping on. Do we have anybody in the room? I saw Jens was here. I don't think we have anybody. Maybe the regular people think that the show is on at 3 o'clock, but that's okay. We're doing it a little bit earlier. So welcome to the show. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I'll maybe wait until, is anybody here? We got one person in the room. We are going to be trying out some delicious beers. So before we try it, let's go ahead and celebrate the Buffalo Bills winning the AFC. Greg C is in the house from Poland. Thank you, Greg. Greg, how do you like this new time slot? Is it better for you? Does it work out a little bit better? I'm trying a couple of different time slots out. I want to know what's best for you, because as we flip over to 2021 and the season starts to wind down, I'm going to have a little more flexibility with what time we should do the show. Yes, go Buffalo! Junatic is in the house. But now, this is not the Stella that we're used to, because it's playoff time. And this is a little, yes, nice. Cool. Jens is in the house. Okay, cool. Good to know. It's good for me, too, because, you know, as 10 o'clock in the morning may seem a little bit earlier, it also gives me the rest of the day to do some things that I have to take care of. But this is what we're drinking. This is a Sam Adams, and this is going to be the chug for the Buffalo Bills, because we haven't been really celebrating like we were after the game, but I feel like this is a special day. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to chug a quick one for the Bills to get the show started. Let me know where you're calling in from. If you're new, if you're the regular, how's everything going? How's the holiday season? All that stuff. Did you happen to see the Bills win yesterday against the Broncos? What a great game it was. Cheers to the Buffalo Bills. Since 1995 was the last time we won the AFC East, and boy, are we excited in Buffalo. So this one is for you, Buffalo, to the team and to the city. Cheers. Let's go ahead and chug this, and I'll tell you what we're going to be drinking today. Wow. All right. Nothing like beer for breakfast. Excuse me. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Sticking with the same brewery, we have one more in the holiday pack. And in case you've been following and you're wondering, why did you drink the Boston Lager and not review it? The reason, hey Frank, what's up? The reason when I did the Samuel Adams Boston Lager for the chug, I told you they would win, thank you, Trinity, was because, one, beer for breakfast. Why not, Frank? Why not? The reason that I drank this one is we already reviewed this particular Sam Adams. It is their traditional, Boston Lager. You know what's up. And I wanted to go ahead and kind of play a little spin on it, put a little pun on it, because for 20 years, the Patriots, who are from Boston, have kicked our ass. But now we had got the division, and I just drank it down. So, but all in good fun, all in good fun. I got something for you later, too. 9 and 10, nice. All right, so sticking with the same brewery, today's first beer today is the Winter Lager from Samuel Adams. Hey, Dad's here. Welcome, Dad. Yes, this is what we are drinking. This one is always a good one. This is the one I believe my Uncle John always gets. So every time, got our red bottle opener. Every time I go home for the holidays, I go to Uncle John's and he's got me a Sam Adams Winter Lager. All right, so this Winter Lager is 5.6% alcohol. It is not too strong, but the flavor, the aroma coming out of the bottle, you don't really smell too much. I just chugged a Boston Lager, so I'm not sure what is the difference, but let's go ahead and find out. It says, for colder nights, lean on Winter Lager. A crisp Bock with citric and spices. The clementine orange aroma is especially refreshing during holiday meals and celebrating. All right, so let's go ahead and pour it. It does look a little bit darker than the first Boston Lager that I had. Okay, the Winter Lager is looking just about the darkness that I like. It's not black, right? I can still see a little bit through it. It's got like a little bit of amber color through it. As we read the label, it said it had some kind of citric flavor, like a clementine. If you don't know what a clementine is, sometimes it's referred to as a mandarin orange. It's the little small orange. And let's go ahead and take a swig. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that is great. Wow. Gents, it is so good. Wow. All right, well, yeah, it's weird because I don't really taste the clementine flavor. I taste more of a mealy flavor, almost like a cereal grain, but really tasty. Definitely got some sweetness going on there, a lot of complexity. There's a lot of flavors going on in my mouth right now, and I can't distinguish which one it is. So as the show goes on, and as I continue to drink this one, I'll be sure to fill you in. But this is what we're drinking. Mad. Who remembers Mad Max? So this is what we're drinking. Sam Adams, a Winter Lager. It is part of the holiday pack. It is sadly the last one, but don't worry. One day I'll be joining Mr. Frank Stone up in Boston, and we'll be going to the brewery, and we are going to get slobber knockered over there, man. Looking forward to that. Yeah. All right, so now let's get started. Guys, I hope that you're doing well. I hope that, well, during this holiday season, I know it can be tough to be away from your families. I pray for each and every one of you guys. I hope that COVID is treating you guys well. I hope that you're staying safe. You know, a couple more of my friends have tested positive, so each and every week, yes, Frank, each and every week it seems like we're just not getting out of it. But on the good news, the vaccine is out. The vaccine has been administered, the one from Pfizer, and oddly enough, I know 2 people already that have already gotten the vaccine. They're both nurses. One was my brother's old girlfriend. She got the vaccine shot, posted it on the social media, and then another girl that I did an acting. She was in an acting scene with me on TV. Funny story about her too, and yeah, she got the vaccine too. And so hopefully, you know, it's going to be administered to the frontline workers, to the healthcare people, the professionals that are dealing with this virus each and every day, really, you know, on the front line. So hopefully that it'll be with us sometime in springtime. I'm thinking March, April, and look forward to that. But back to the one girl who got the shot, Lauren. I was on a show with her, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen those court shows. They're not like Judge Judy. It's like Judge Brown, Judge Jackie. They're like daytime TV. I think they're on after the soaps, and it's people fighting. And she was basically, what you do is, as an actor, you go to this casting thing. And if they like you, they ask you a couple questions. And if they like you, you go on to the next round. And now, I hate to break this to you guys, but if you watch those court shows, yeah, they're all fake. And it sucks, right? They're made up. They're made up predetermined through the producers and stuff. But one of the things is, I would watch Judge Dan. Well, the thing about these judges is they're real. And the court cases are real, but they're actors playing these court cases again. So this girl that I was in this scene with, okay, they pick two people out. All right, you're gonna go with him or you're gonna go with her. And so this girl, beautiful girl, she's like an Instagram like model, like gorgeous, absolutely beautiful face, eyes, tattoos from throat to ankle, the beer having it, like really cool girl and very friendly and very nice. All right, but here's in the episode. It was what was it, Judge? I forget what the show even was. The episode was we were boyfriend and girlfriend, and she had a podcast talking about sex, and she basically we broke up. And I was a working professional. I was some corporate high, CEO, and she was slandering me on the podcast. So we go into the courtroom, you walking up, you take your little spot at the podium, and then you argue back and forth. And here I am arguing that you're slandering my name as a sex offender and saying that I'm into some weird perversions. I forget what perversion it was. It was something that was so weird. I was like, what? And like I'm arguing back and forth, and she was saying like you don't have the right to sue me. It's not slander. It really happened, and it was just really funny. So if you ever happen to see that episode and you do see me, I'm not a sex offender. Linked out. Hey, Tenacious, I'll look for it, Frank. It was a few years ago when I first got back into Hollywood. It was a few years ago. But anyway, she got the vaccine. That episode's out. If you ever happen to stumble upon it, it's not real. Court Man Dan, they're not real. They set you up. And well, that is what I had to tell you about that. So hopefully the vaccine starts kicking in and that we're able to get it administered to the public. Welcome, freak. Yeah, that's right, Courtman Dan. But the judge was real. And then after the show, I was lobbying to be the bailiff. Because the bailiff is a reoccurring guy. He's like there every time. So it never worked out in my favor, but it was still a fun show. And congratulations to that person, my friend Laura Ann. Hey, I'm going home. I'm a little nervous, but it will be the resurgence of the Magic Globe. Yes, it's back. It's back, ladies and gentlemen. The Magic Globe is back, and I will be going back to Buffalo. Okay, I'll be going back to Buffalo on Tuesday. So I'm gonna go ahead and transport. I know that you guys are all missing this, and if you're a little unfamiliar, check out the Cabazon dinosaur episode. You can check out the story of the Magic Globe. Basically, I was hiking one day and I ran into a wizard named Zirzor. He gave me the Magic Globe, and if I go ahead and hold this and squeeze and imagine where I want to be, it somehow transports me there, well, magically. So we're going to go ahead and put it back in the bag. We keep it in the Crown Royal bag. Us Buffalo boys, good to see the globe again. Yeah, us Buffalo boys love the Crown. And yeah, looking forward to getting out there again and using the Magic Globe. And of course, seeing my family. Now, what's going to suck is being back in Buffalo, I won't be able to see my extended family, like my Uncle John, like my godmother Doreen, and my family in Niagara Falls. I won't be able to see all my cousins. And I won't be able to see some of my friends, so that will suck, but the good part is I literally just get to sit home and eat my dad's food and just relax, watch TV. Just really, I work my ass off between my regular construction job and working on this channel. So going home is always great to be with my family, but it's especially great to just sit, rest up, be comfortable around your surroundings and eat away. I see my dad is forcing my mom to make Christmas cookies. That's pretty funny. Don't use the mask when you have your globe. Whoa, no, I got the best. I have the best mask. Thank you, Frank. Journatic, I got the best mask. So we'll be flying in like this. All right, so we'll be flying in. Okay, this is my mask for when I'm using the Magic Globe. I'm really excited about that. I'll be popping up in Tonawanda, and I'm really looking forward to that. So the stream is no bueno. It's a bit low quality on the picture. Really? Okay. I wonder why that is. Is everybody else having problems with the stream? I wonder if it's because maybe I have a new setup going on. How I used to, yes, Vanzi, what's up? Okay, used to go to Viewpoint. Oliver, welcome to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Oliver to the show. He was one of my past students. Thank you so much. And I got to tell you something. He went to a school called Viewpoint. It's an awesome school full of great people. And one of the cool thing about when I first started building the channel is I was substitute teaching, and especially the kids at Viewpoint, the kids at Curtis, the kids Sierra Canyon, HTLA. Okay, they were so. I actually moved to New Jersey. Nice. Well, good to see you, Oliver. They were so supportive of my channel, and they all were real hyped up about it. And yeah, it's good to see you here. Thank you so much. I'm not sure, were you a senior at that time? That if you were a senior at that time, that probably makes you legal of age. If you are, this is what we're drinking, Sam Adams Winter Lager. It is a delicious, nice and tasty winter beer from Sam Adams. Hey, Vanzi. All right, so let's go ahead and try it out. Okay. All right, so now I taste a little bit of saying there was a strong presence of clementine. I don't taste that. I do taste something citricy, something not so lemon. It's probably that, but it's got a delicious taste. And I feel like when you're drinking this winter lager, that it's a really good beer to pair with food. Now, I know there's really good beer specialists or beer connoisseurs. There's probably even a name for it. I know there's a name for people that are like wine professionals, but they can pair which type of beer that you want to eat with food for the overall palate. And I feel like when you drink this beer, it's a really good beer to be eating a nice steak, maybe a meatloaf, something really hearty, something really warm and stick to your bones type food, right? There's some beers like, I feel like when you eat like fried chicken, you should be drinking light beer because it's greasy and it's able to wash it down. But I feel like sometimes when you're eating like meat and potatoes, you should have a dark beer. What do you guys think? Do you guys have a special pairing? Do you have a special beer that you like to eat with a special food? I'd love to hear from you. Let me know. Hey guys, be sure to go ahead and hit that like button. Things are working in my favor. It's working really good. You don't see a lot of the analytics that are going on behind the scenes, but I'll tell you what, the channel is growing. I'm about 2 years and maybe a month or two into it, and I can't believe the reception that it's how much it's growing. So, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but thanks so much for joining me. Let me know if you like this new time. This is 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to flip back to the 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time eventually, but then after the new year, after the new year, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to find the sweet spot because we got all the way until August before football season starts again. And then beach day for me is important. And the reason I don't do it like on a nighttime, I suppose I could, maybe like a Friday or Saturday night, is oftentimes I'm out shooting or doing something on a Saturday or Friday evening. So I like to do this Sunday morning, so I'm able to connect with audiences everywhere. 10 a.m. drinking beers. Lisa's in the house. That's right. That's what we're doing. Hey guys, I want to bring something up. The next thing I want to talk about, and that is, hey, see you later, Oliver. Thank you for signing in. Good to see you. If you're in New Jersey and you're at college, I wish you the best. Don't worry. I know you'll be back with your friends soon enough. Great to see you. Sunday is good. Nice, Frank. Yeah, for me, it's the best time. And I think the 10 a.m. slot works. Oliver, thank you. I think this slot works the best for me. We'll see. Yeah, see, even the Europeans, you got to remember, and give it up to the people of Denmark, the people in Norway, Baro in India. I love that you have rescheduled you just to watch football. Yeah, as long as yeah. So yeah, it's of course, Jens, of course. Like literally, there's people that are fans, and they might be from cities, and then when the team does good, they're very supportive, and they're on, you know, all of a sudden you see them with their cap on. Hey, yeah, I've always been a fan. No, no, no. I'm a true diehard Buffalo Bills fan. You know, I love this team when they're good, and I love them when they're bad. I watch them each and every game. I watch them from the beginning to the end. I watched them at 2 a.m. when I was in China. I watched them anywhere I am. And happy Sunday. Lisa's in the house. Thank you, sis. All right, but guys, moving right along. Yes, Jens, definitely going to start, you know, maybe later on, the show will hop to a Friday or Saturday evening U.S. time. But for right now, I think the 10 a.m. slot is going to work out perfect. Now, things might get a little dicey come January because we don't know our playoff time. But hopefully we'll be able to stick to this for the rest of quite a while. And I'll let you know. Don't worry, I'll always post it. But guys, the next thing I want to bring up is something that you should definitely pay attention to. It is a phenomena happening in the sky. If you know me, if you know me personally, you know I absolutely love space. I worked at an observatory for 2.5 years here in Los Angeles. I love looking at the stars. I love looking at the moons. I love more than anything from August to late September looking at Saturn. I mean, if you've never seen Saturn in a telescope, my God, make it one of your must-see things. It's absolutely beautiful. When you actually see what's going on and you see the rings and it's not a picture, but you're actually looking through an eyepiece, it's outstanding. Absolutely love it. But I want to tell you what's going on, and that is called, it's sometimes referred to as the Christmas star, but it is the great conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. Okay? Now, space is awesome. Yes. All right. So here, now I'm going to read this from NASA, okay? NASA has put this out publicly because I want to do this justice. This is super important. All it takes is for you to go outside, look up in the air. All right, so let me read this to you guys, all right? Sky watchers are in a little reading, man, Dan. Finally, I made it. Yes, Carl, welcome to the show. Wait, no, I keep saying Carl, but Crowl. Crowl, where are you from? Thank you so much for hopping on the show. Guys, let's give Crowl a big warm welcome to the weekly beer and video show. The guy had posted a few comments on some of my videos. Seems like the nicest person. Thank you so much. You've landed in the right spot. If you like good people, if you like beer and you want to have fun, you're in the right spot. This is going to be an awesome show. Yes. Thank you so much. But I do miss Aston. Has anybody seen Aston? I hope that he's doing well. We definitely miss him. But yeah, this is what we're talking about. Crow, where are you from? I believe you might be another Danish citizen of Copenhagen. All right, but I'm talking to you guys now about the great conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. Dubai, awesome. Yes, welcome. That is so, yes, that's awesome. Okay, well, welcome. Thank you so much. It's great to have you here. This is what we're drinking. I'm not sure if you drink or not, but we are drinking the Sam Adams WINTERLAGER. I was really touched by your comment. Thank you so much for hopping on the show. But now let me tell you about what's happening. Okay, and this is from NASA. Okay, sky watchers are in for the end of year treat. What has become known popularly as the Christmas star is especially vibrant planetary conjuncture, easily visible in the evening sky over the next 2 weeks as the bright planets Jupiter and Saturn come together, culminating on the night of December 21st. All right. In 1610, Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei pointed his telescope to the night sky, discovering the 4 moons of Jupiter, Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Castella. In that same year, Galileo had also discovered a strange oval surrounding Saturn, which later observations determined to be its rings. Okay, and that's what I was telling you about. If you've never seen Saturn's rings through a telescope, go to your local observatory, go to a country that has an observatory, buy a freaking telescope, and check it out, man. It'll blow your mind. All right, these discoveries changed how people understood the far reaches of our solar system. 13 years later, in 1623, the solar system's 2 giant planets, Jupiter and Saturn, traveled together across the sky. Jupiter caught up and passed Saturn in an astronomical event known as the Great Conjunction. You can imagine the solar system to be a racetrack, with each of the planets as a runner in their own lane and the Earth toward the center of the stadium. This came from astronomer Henry Thorpe. Okay, from our vantage point, we'll be able to see Jupiter on the inside lane approaching Saturn all month and finally overtaking it on December 21st. The planets regularly appear to pass each other in the solar system, with the positions of Jupiter and Saturn being aligned in the sky about every 20 years. Now, here's what makes this special. What makes this year's spectacle so rare: it's been nearly 400 years since the planets passed this close to each other in the sky, and nearly 800 years since the alignment of Saturn and Jupiter occurred at night, as it will be in 2020, allowing nearly everyone around the world to witness this great conjunction. Guys, I'm telling you, this shit makes me, oh man, I get so excited. So please, go take a look outside. Go check on, I'm not sure what your country is. Yes, Dubai, Carl, we have you here. Welcome to the show. If you get a chance, go to NASA, or go to wherever your country talks about the planet astrological things going on, and you can check it out. But this is going to be a time where Jupiter passes Saturn in nearly 800 years, okay? And it's such a phenomenon that happens, and I'm so excited to see it. So be sure to check it out. All you got to do is go outside wherever you live, look up in the sky. For us over here in the North America, this is the first time in 800 years that's going to happen at nighttime. So really excited. Hope that you get a chance to check it out. And if you do, go ahead, come back to this video. Drop me a comment and let me know what you thought of it. Did you happen to check it out? Were you able to look at it through a telescope? Yeah, it's going to be really cool, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Guys, if you're new to the show, like Crow, welcome. This one is for you, my friend. Thank you so much. We are drinking the Sam Adams Winterlager. I didn't want to call it the Holiday Lager. That was a different one. It's a really good beer, and I'm enjoying it. Definitely, it's got a great taste. Should be paired with some good beef, maybe, or some lamb. I feel like it should be paired with a good red meat. And let's go ahead and take a swig. I don't know. Maybe I just don't taste the clementine. I taste the spice. That's what I taste. I taste some kind of spice. Not a nutmeg spice, but something. Cheers. Yes, Carl. I definitely taste some type of spice. I love Leo. Yes, Drunatic. Guys, I think it's about time for Drunatic time, okay? It is time for Drunatic time. If you don't know, Drunatic sent me this, remember, a couple of weeks ago? All right, I've been working my way back to you, babe. Look at this. It is a delicious chocolate. Brother, I have a beer for you. All right, guys, who wants to see Lisa, my sister, on the beer show? Let me know. Give me a like if you want to see Lisa on the beer show drinking a beer. She doesn't have to go wild. She doesn't have to drink the whole beer, but just a glass of beer. I'd like to get her review. All right, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bust out a little whiskey shot for later for Drunatic. All right, so that is a chocolate-covered Jim Beam. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to be bringing some of that home. See, Lisa, yes. No, people want to see Lisa on the show drinking a beer. All right. Well, you still have some. Oh, I'm not going crazy hoarding them. We want to see Lisa on the show. Aquanaut. Yeah, see? Lisa, they want to see you on the show. Do. All right, guys. Now, I want to talk about the next thing, and that is next week, the Reading Man and Dan show will be slowing down, but we are going to be bringing in a live show just as we do every week. We're going to be doing the weekly beer and video review show, but the live show, I'm also going to be doing I'm going to be going live almost, I think, every day. okay? And we're gonna be doing a live show every day, but it's a new show. It's called Just One Beer. Okay, and I'm just gonna pop on. I'm just gonna say hello. We're not gonna do a whole segment. We're not gonna go for an hour and a half like we do on this show. This is the staple weekly beer and video show. But being in lockdown, being in Buffalo, there's so many delicious beers. I'm not gonna be able to do much, so I'm gonna be going live each and every day, and we're gonna be doing one beer. Okay, probably going to be like a 15-20 minute review, and then I'm out. And if you're like Tenacious Freak or Greg Z or Borrow, a one beer show, you probably remember that this show, in the original stages of it, when I first started doing it, I would do 2 beers, and the episodes were like 15 to 20 minutes. So we've evolved into a bigger show, and next year when I move into a studio in April, we're going to have I'm going to have people on pretty much every week. So it's in development right now. But for this next upcoming week during Christmas, I'm going to pop on each and every day and go live with just one beer. It's called Just One Beer. Come on, man. You know when that friend comes over and they want them to stay, and you're just like, just one beer, just one beer. Come to the bar, just have one beer, okay? That's what that's gonna be like, and I hope that you get a chance to check it out. The times are going to be erratic. Where's your uncle? I don't know. Mr. Nuts. No. No. I don't know. Uncle John, are you here? All right. It's a shame you're not here. This is going to be a banger of a show. So yeah. So make sure you stay tuned. It's just going to pop up randomly. I'm going to do it on Instagram. I'm going to do it on Facebook. And I'll probably do it definitely here on YouTube. But yeah, because YouTube to me is king. Like, I love Facebook, and I love Mom Says No Beer for Lisa. Ah, come on. Nonsense, Ma. Okay, I'm talking about like a little glass of beer. Like, just sit there and do wear a mask. Alright, so anyway, guys, so let's talk about the videos that came out last week on my channel. We are rolling away. I cannot believe I'm about to pull this stuff off. I cannot believe it. Really, I did. It was episode 14 to episode 20 for this last week. And wow, what a great time. I mean, it's not easy to make 24 videos, edit them, and put them out there. But it's been so much fun for me to go ahead and read these Christmas stories. And year after year, they're gonna be on YouTube, so who knows where this will go. But I'm baking cookies with Aunt Pauline. Yes. Oh, tell him to put it on. Put this show on. Come on, Uncle John. Give him a call. All right. So, and should we call Uncle John? But yeah, if you haven't checked any of those Reading Van Dan episodes out, let me know what you think of them. A lot of fun stuff. Really fun for me as I continue to read these kids' stories. It's funny because the lessons that we teach our kids through books as when they're young, you start to read them as an adult, and you're like, yeah, why do we not teach that all the time? Why don't people listen to that like we did when we were in kindergarten? Such great stuff, great story, definitely holiday fun. And if you get to check out any one of the episodes, please let me know what you think. It wasn't easy, but I'm there, man. It's already all in the bank and the computer. Be popping up each and every day. Vlogmas 2020 happened, but if you want, you can check out last week's episodes 14 to 20. Somebody asked me what is my favorite episode of the reading. It's tough to say because I had, Rudolph is doing really well. I think it's got over 1,000 views or something, and it's not that, okay? It's not that I liked that I'm getting a lot of exposure with that one. And exposure, 1,000 a lot is for me is a lot, I'm not faking anything. Like, that's good for me. But the thing I liked about that was I was wearing the funny Christmas sweater, and it's one of my favorite stories. Rudolph and the cartoon and that particular book I loved. I loved doing Charlie Brown. The Grinch was a lot of fun. But I really liked The Biggest Christmas Tree with Stuart and Desmond and the biggest snowman ever. They were fun because it was about two friends and the lesson that they taught. And if I had a room full of school kids back when I used to teach kindergarten, their eyes would be all like, Mr. D, Mr. D, Mr. D. And just a lot of fun. I want to continue to tradition of putting out good Christmas content, continue putting out fun books, and teaching these lessons that are in these books. Rudolph was a great story. Thank you, Tenacious Freak. Hey, dude, I don't know if it'll be next year, but most likely the following year. I'm coming to Denmark next December. Not next December, but probably the following one, and we're going to Tivoli, and it's gonna be on and popping, dude. It is definitely. I want to see that Chris, because with vacation and stuff like that, I'm gonna be going back into the Laos. I'm gonna go to the jungle. Blows up. Well, it's not my full-time thing, so I have to kind of go through it. So definitely looking forward to that. If you get a chance, check that out. Also came out last week was the Choco Challenge but with my friend Nate. If you remember, we did the weekly beer and video review channel show with Nate. I will be there, Junatech. Don't worry, we're doing it. And well, me and Nate also filmed it on YouTube. If you want to check out just the segment of us eating the white chocolate, you can check out last week's video. Man, I'm telling you, it was so much fun. I'm ready to make the step to the Pacquiao challenge. I'm ready to try out the chip. The chocolate was hot, but what I'm told is it's not as hot as the chip. So I'm moving on to the chip. I'm just going to wait until me and Nate are together. I can't wait, Freak. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see you guys, number one. Number two, we're going to go back to Copenhagen. It's so funny. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, what are your 3 favorite cities? And I said, oh man, it's tough to say, you know, like obviously, you know, Buffalo, New York is my number 1 city. That's where I'm born and raised. But I really love Riga, Latvia. But if I had to say my favorite city, it was a toss-up between Hong Kong and Copenhagen. And I settled on Copenhagen. It's amazing, guys. It's a place you must go to. Those of you that live there, those of you that are from Denmark, it's just great. So, you know, thank you so much, and I look forward to going back to it. But if you happen to check those out, Kral, I hope I get to go to Dubai one day. I would love, love, love to go there as I continue to get bigger, as I continue to earn more income doing this. I hope to eventually make this my full-time job. If I could do it right now for full-time, I will be off and running. But it's going to take some time. You got to build it up. You got to build it the right way. And, well, I think we're doing that. You can have your more fair. Yeah, that stream with Nate was. Thank you, Carl. Yeah, Nate's a good dude, and we're gonna bring Nate back on some more shows. He's a stud when it comes to hot things, man. He if I go to Denmark, you can stop by. I would definitely do that. First of all, I would love to go to Dubai. I have good friends in Dubai, and I am not going to Scandinavia just to see Denmark. Next time I go, I'm going to Sweden, I'm going to Norway, and I'm going to go and listen to some Finn talk. I love this is what we're drinking. We're drinking the WINTERLAGER. It is a bit of a darker beer, not black like a stout. It's got more of an amber color. It's a delicious flavored beer. It's got some spices, tastes a little citricy. It's got a lot of complex flavors going on, but I'm really enjoying sharing this with you. And if you get a chance, it's in the Sam Adams holiday pack. Delicious brewery. They put out a great product, and let's go ahead, swig this down. I'll give it a you know, I kept looking for a deep clementine flavor, but I couldn't find it. What I taste is more of a mealy cereal flavor, almost like a grain flavor. They got a rich taste of a lager. Really nice. I would have never known. If this would have had some label on it that you would just see all throughout the year, I would have never guessed anything that this would have been a holiday beer. It's delicious. I love going to Uncle John's, getting about 3 pieces of Good Guys pizza, maybe about 8-9 chicken wings, sucking back a couple winter lagers. This year, unfortunately, I won't be able to, but I was happy to go ahead and try this beer. Delicious product from Sam Adams. I'm going to give it a score of an 8. An 8 is a good score. You know I like to give out 8s. And but don't worry. I've constructed a flavor test. We're going to have a new scoring system. It's going to be done off of 5 things, a total score of 25. And I'm going to go ahead and leave checklists, all that good thing after the new year. But for right now, I'm giving the Sam Adams Winterlager an 8. Delicious beer. If you get a chance, try out the holiday pack. If you just see it by itself, go ahead and try it out. You won't be disappointed. It's a nice taste between an ale and almost borderline an IPA. Now, it's a 5.6% alcohol, but I definitely feel that it's a little bit stronger. All right, now I want to get into the next thing, and that is the show and tell. Now, for those of you that are a little bit older, you're going to really like this. For those of you that are my age, you're going to absolutely love it. Okay? You're going to really connect to it. Those of you that are younger, you're going to kind of be like, what is that? But I want to bring in today's show and tell. And, well, even though they came out a little bit earlier, it didn't really hit the mass market until the mid-'80s. And I'm talking about video games and Nintendo. You know, back in the day, you know, I love it. Despite him being who he is, LeVar, bring it. Oh, you're going to love this, freak. Despite who he is, LeVar Ball, love him or hate him, he said the funniest thing. He said, he came in on his sons and they were playing some video games. He's like, what the? Get your ass up. Back in my day, we had to stand up and play video games. and you remember that. I remember that back in the early to mid to late 80s when you go to the arcade and the only thing you had to do is put your quarter in. You had to stand up and play. And they were always done on this big giant video game box. And they were done and you had to pay for it. And if you didn't get very far, you lost your quarter. But the one thing that stood out, more than everything was torture, was how hard they were. And I don't know if it became easier with the pad, but I'm talking about the joystick, right? The joystick and the button. Those are harder back then. The old school vintage video games, although they were simpler and they were less complex as the video games now, especially like first shooter, they were still pretty hard with the joystick. But then Nintendo came out with something and you could plug it into your box and play it at home. And I'm telling you, if you found somebody that played with this and you found that they were good, it was like, what? And I'm talking about the NES Advantage. Do you guys remember this little machinery, right? This was the joystick thing. This is my original one. It came from probably about 1987, 1988, I believe. Okay, this one I used to play. Now check this thing out. Right, first of all, like I said, when Nintendo came out with the little pad, video games became easier. But this little joystick right here was so hard to play. I don't know what it was. Some people like it. They made the buttons really big on this, just like they were in arcade games. This is serious hardware. Do you remember this, Frank? Frank, do you remember this? Now, insane, right? Now, you had your start, select, first player, second player, right? You could go slow motion by pressing this. But what was really cool was these two buttons. These were the turbo buttons. So let's say that your turbo button for Contra was this, right? So instead of firing and going like this where your thumb wore out, you just pressed this and then you turned up the turbo. Dude, this is the jam right here, okay? This is the NES Advantage. Okay, you could break Now, one thing I liked about it, do you guys remember Summer Games? It was an Olympic game. And when you do the track and field events, you had to run by going A, B, A, B, A. So you had to literally like go like this. A lot of people would use 2 fingers and go like this, A, B, A, B, A, B, A. But if you click these 2 little power buttons, yes, exactly. Exactly. And you turn it all the way up, you just go like this, and your little avatar guy would run his ass off and would win. Love this. I wanted to share this with you. This is the original NES Advantage. I cannot wait till I move into the new studio because I'm going to buy an old school TV with the original 8-bit Nintendo. We're going to have games going on. Now, this isn't only played... I don't remember that. This wasn't my favorite controller. My favorite controller was called the NES Max. It was like a pad like this, okay? But it had a circular thumb motion, okay? Now I also want to, this is an extra bonus. Nintendo also came out with this guy. Who remembers this? Yeah, the old Zapper. Okay, this came with the game originally in 1985. This came with the console. This is the original Zapper to play Duck Hunt, a few other games. Now, this one, you can tell the original one from a couple of things. Number one, it has the date right there, 1985, and it says the Zapper. But also what happened is people were carrying this around, having fun, playing games, and I think a police officer shot somebody because they thought this was a real gun. So then they made this tip, right? Only in America. They made this tip orange after that. So if you find one with a full gray barrel, have lots of old memories here. Yeah, this is show and tell old memories. This one, if you have an old gray barrel, this is the original one. And, well, yeah, that's my little fun with Nintendo. So, looking forward to it. Do you guys play video games? Is the game a mag? Oh, I've never seen that one. Is that a European one? A Magmia. I've never seen that one. I would love to. Hey, all right, not quick time for a little Jim Beam. Thank you so much, guys, for hopping on and enjoying the show. I really appreciate it. And, well, the one thing I gotta say is I miss Aston. I haven't seen Aston in a couple weeks now. Hopefully he's doing good around the holiday season. Maybe he doesn't know about the change, but I hope that he's doing well. We do miss him here on the show. Bubba usually pops on a little bit later. Always good to have a fellow Western New Yorker. And let's go ahead and try out this delicious Jim Beam chocolate with liqueur from Junatic. And then we're going to go on to the second beer of today's show. All right. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. That one, you really taste the whiskey. Really good. All right. So, let's get into the second beer today. What would you rather? It's coming right up. It is coming right up. Guys, this is what we're doing, guys. This is what we're doing. Today's second beer. Cheers, Junatic. Thank you so much. Enjoying it. Today's second beer is going to be a fun one. It is a product of the United Kingdom, okay? It is from Ridgeway Brewing from Oxfordshire, okay? And I'm talking about this classic, fun Santa's Butt. Okay, look at this thing, right? Check that out. It's a holiday porter. It registers at 6%, so it definitely is going to be of strong taste. I'm looking forward to it because I really enjoy these porters. I think they got a sweet taste to them. This is probably more of your traditional porter, not a peanut butter porter like we've tried, not a coffee porter, not a weird kind of chocolatey porter. But let's go ahead, let's crack this sucker open, and let's try it out. It says, one of our range of very special Christmas beers, brewed in England for the USA. We all know of colors that Santa is really from Lapland. I'm not even sure what the hell that even means. Let's go ahead and crack this sucker open. And, oh yeah, you can smell it right away. Oh yeah. Taste. Take a whiff. I love this label. I love it. It's got a whole story on the back. It's got a whole little story. The general holidays. I'm not going to read it to you, but check it out. This is Santa's Butt. Okay. This is a porter, and it is from Ridgeway Brewing in the United Kingdom. Who thinks this is going to be super dark in Lapland? Super dark or super light? I'm guessing dark. It is a porter. Let's go ahead and try a little Santa's Butt. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There it goes. Ooh, baby. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. Okay, thick. Like chocolate molasses. All right. Fancy Santa Butt. All right. Yeah. Okay. There it is, guys. Take a look at that. This is one of their holiday beers. And not a lot of carbonation going on there. Yeah, I think it'll be dark. Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely dark. Okay, let me go ahead. All right, we taste it. Definitely smells like a porter. It's got a rich aroma coming off of it. looking forward to trying it out. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. Ooh. Okay. All right. Cheers. Crowd, cheers. That is nice. Okay. That is, wow. I don't even know how to explain that one. They got me stumped. It's very clean. You think of a porter and you think that it's going to have some type of taste that is not going to be familiar. A lot of people don't like porters. Porters are something that you're going to drink only one or two of, maybe with a meal or maybe in the beginning of a night of drinking, but really refreshing taste. Overall, I gotta say, the first sip is one of the best first sips I've ever tasted here at Santa's Butt, man. And it's kind of gross to think about good old Santa Claus's Lapland, but really nice flavor coming out of this thing. And I love the taste that goes on with these porters. I wasn't a huge fan with them because, hello Aquanauts, yes, welcome to the show. Thank you so much. But really nice gingerbread beer. Wow, welcome to that. What does that taste like? But yeah, as I continue to drink this one, I'll let you know more as I grow into it. Hey, Danny, missed you. Yes, I did. We definitely missed you. I miss Aston. Okay, where is he? All right, and I, of course, miss Barrow. I don't know where he is. But let's get into our favorite segment. What would you rather? Now, there comes with a little disclaimer. For those of you that may have catched this on rerun, or you're watching it later, and give you 5 questions. 4 of them you can answer and no problem. But the 5th one is going to be a little gross. So, Crowl, hang with me. We like to have fun. We like to put it out there, find that side of each person. Just fun, there's nothing there, and just see what people think. If you could, wait till the show's over and list down below in the comments your 5 what would you rathers. So let's get right into it. What would you rather? Oh boy, here we go. Drunken what would you rather? Lisa, don't you worry. Where would you rather go? Cameroon, okay, in Africa, or El Salvador in Central America? Which country would you rather go to? Okay, Cameroon's very vibrant, lots of colorful things, very, very festive people. El Salvador is one of the coolest places in Central America. It's a small country and right on the equator. Got some delicious fruit, warm, hearty people. I know here in Los Angeles, there's tons of El Salvadorians. I live with El Salvadorians, and I know how their traditions are. So where would you rather go? For me personally, I cannot wait to go back to Africa. Maybe Cameroon. Any shots at just chocolate shots? I got to go somewhere after. I can't wait to go back to Cameroon or Africa. I would definitely love to see Cameroon. I love to see all the countries in Africa. But because I've been in South Africa. Nice. Okay. Yeah, South Africa's cool. I lived a little bit in Pretoria and Johannesburg in the early 2000s. But for me, I've never been to Central America. I've never been to Nicaragua. I've never been to Costa Rica. I've never been to El Salvador. I have lots of friends and people that I'm very close to who live in El Salvador. And I'm really excited about going over there and trying the pupusas. And yeah, so for me, I'm going to have to say that I would love to go see. I'm having a shot, Jens. Yes. What shot are you having? I'd love to hear from you. That's awesome. For me, I would love to check out El Salvador. So, next one. Question number 2. South America. Yes. Yes. Rick Fontana, welcome to the show. We are drinking Santa's Butt, if you just hopped on. It's a specialty Christmas beer. And the first sip was amazing. It's like drinking black mud. There's apps Jameson. Very nice. Have you had the Jameson coffee? That is freaking amazing. Yeah, that's so sweet. It's not like sugary sweet. There's almost like a berryness to it. Okay, like if you just grab a whole scoop handful of raspberries and you're just monstering through them. really delicious. But as you drink it, it's got a sweet fragrance that I love, and I'm really liking Santa's Butt. Delicious beer, wasn't too expensive. This bottle of beer was like $3.99. Hey, Tenacious Freak, do a shot of Jamo in there. Nah, no. Tenacious Freak, we're gonna be doing price points when it comes to the new scoring system. We talked about space earlier and the great conjunction happening tomorrow. Be sure to check that out when Jupiter passes Saturn. But now I want to talk to you about which profession would you rather? Would you rather be an astronaut, shot into space? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You got to go through all the astronaut testing. You got to go and be locked in there. And, well, then there is no room for error. Or would you rather be a deep sea biologist? Ooh, so I mean, you gotta go through the same type of training. It's that instead of like that G-force where you're rocking through the sky and you gotta be able to kind of stay with it, you gotta be able to control what's called the bends and going down into the pressure. Hey, hola amigo, I love your videos. Could you do a shout out for my boy, Mr. Larry Gibson? Mr. Larry Gibson, shout out to you from the Travel Man Dan. Thank you so much for watching the show. I'm glad you enjoy the travel videos, the reading videos, the food videos, and of course the weekly beer and video review show. Thanks a lot. Shouts out to you. Merry Christmas. Have a great holiday and Happy New Year. How's that? All right, so guys, yeah. Or would you be a deep sea biologist? You think like, oh, wow. But they go down in those little capsule things with the claws, and they got to go deep, deep, deep down. And pressure like that is nothing. Thank you so much. Hola, amigo. No problem. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Feliz Navidad. And, going down into deep sea, yeah, that, like, which one would you rather? Okay, for me, I absolutely love space, but the astronaut training, I don't know if I could do it. I can't even get on roller coasters anymore. I might pass out. But I feel more open, if you will. I feel more relaxed shooting into space than being in a little capsule. And I'm talking about going deep, 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 deeper than anybody's ever gone in marine biology and like searching for new algae and fishes and like weird things like that. So for me, I'm definitely going to go and be an astronaut. Obviously, these are all hypothetical questions. I don't think I have the intestinal fortitude to become either an astronaut or a deep sea marine biologist. But if you're young, maybe you do. But what would you rather become? I'd have to hope off. Merry Christmas and see you. Okay, Rick, Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you. Yeah, have a good one with you and your family. Good to see you. No problem, man. All right, next one. Number 3. All right, number 3 is fun. Number 3 is picture time. Da, da, da. And now, Dad, astronauts, Bruce Willis can do it. So, Jens, you are awesome, dude. That's freaking awesome. All right, picture time. Now, these aren't the greatest pictures, but I'm going to go ahead and just explain it to you. I'm going to give you a sandwich. Which sandwich would you rather have, okay? Would you rather have this delicious, the Florida Cuban? Look at this. Nice white bread, right? Okay, inside is like pork chop. Oh, give the love, God blue to cheese right there. Melted cheese with pickles. This is the Florida Cuban. Who likes this one? This one is awesome. It's not as big as a 12-inch sub. It's a little bit smaller, but you can see how much more food is in there. You can see the thick cheese. Yes, Frank knows what's up. Frank likes the Cuban, but you haven't heard the number 2. The number 2. All right, and now I will say that the Cuban is pork. So if you can't eat pork, that's going to be a problem because both these sandwiches are based off of pork. But this pork is more like a flat pork chop, chopped up and left almost like a steak. And then on top of it, look at that cheese. Oh my gosh, guys, look at that. That is a good look right there, the Florida Cuban. But the next one comes from the state of Wyoming. I've never had this one. It looks awesome. I definitely hope that one day I get to try it. Let's take a look, guys, as I introduce to you what's called the Macaroni Pony. Take a look at this one, right? As we can see it's on a kind of a rustic bread. You can see the darkened crust right here on the edges of each piece. That pulled pork, famous with pulled pork sandwiches from Carolina, but here in Wyoming, they went ahead and they made this one, the Macaroni Pony, by adding macaroni and cheese stuffed inside there. And then over here it looks like some kind of dipping sauce. Wow, look at that. I'm gonna give you guys a good look at that. Which one are you having? Which one would you rather? Would you rather have the Cuban or the Macaroni Pony? You know, you could never go wrong with macaroni and cheese, and then you have a little bit of shredded pork going on. Man, this one looks delicious. But you can, I mean, forget about it. If you've never had a real Cuban sandwich, like from Florida or from Cuba, unbelievable. Yeah, Take has having this one. For me, it's a tough one because this one, you know, I like quirky, weird, crazy concoctions. But for me, I'm gonna go with the classic Florida Cuban. I mean, it is just amazing. Once you had this sandwich, it's hard to replicate. It's hard to duplicate. It's hard to find anywhere else. Cuban style for me. Hola, amigo. Hola, amigo. Are you Cuban by any chance? But yeah. Or do you live in Florida? Juna on both. We love it. Cuban, nice, crawl and cheese. Yes. Yeah, I mean, both of them are stacked with cheese. But let's take another quick look. Let's go back. Dad, I don't hear any input from you. You're the sandwich guy. You're the sandwich lover. All right. You have one that's like oozing with cheese, right? And it's melted on there. And this one down the street from Sam Adams Brewery's Out Oriental, that Cuban. When you come, we go, Frank, I'm going to hold you to it. Dude, I'm that kind of guy. Like, if you said some shit 5 years ago, like, I'll bring it up to you, you know, I'll be like, hey, man, you'll get a phone call from me like, hey, I'm coming. We're going to go to the Cuban restaurant and do the brewery. That'd be awesome. And yeah, so that is the next one is a lot of fun. The next one is a little bit of modern history. Let me know, guys, which would you rather if you could only have one? Thank you, Frank. If you could only have one, okay, which would you rather? Would you rather have Netflix or Amazon? Okay, you can only watch one. And remember, you guys remember when Netflix first started? And I don't know how it was for you in Europe or in Dubai or in Norway, but they used to mail you the CD, and you check off, and then it was like, oh yeah, here's the you know, you get your new DVD. And I was like, this is never gonna work in America. People are gonna steal this shit. They're gonna scratch it. They're not gonna return it. You know, now you're, but for some way they switched over. Hola, amigo likes Amazon. Very nice, very nice. Okay, but they restructured themselves on the past 8 years, and I'll take HBO. Okay, classic. I've been to the Netflix studio. I've been to their main offices here in Hollywood, and it's unbelievable what they've built in the last 10 years. I love Netflix. I like all the stuff that they put out. I think their new content is great. I think they give so many people like myself as an actor, good job. Yeah, okay, Netflix family. So many opportunities. Yeah, it's becoming harder and harder because there's so much stuff, and then the pool of actors that they have has grown. But it also is a lot of opportunity. I'm really looking forward to seeing the next couple of years with all these streaming stuff. Love Netflix, love their shows. But for me, what I love about Amazon, what I love about Amazon is all the older stuff that they have. All the classic movies. All the monster movies. All the kung fu movies. All this catalog of stuff. Now, one thing Amazon doesn't get is a lot of new releases where Netflix doesn't. But Amazon's great content that they create themselves is just as good. So for me, what would I rather? I'm going with Amazon. I'm with you, Kral. Or not? I'm with you, Hola Amigo. Netflix. Yes, I remember mailed ones. The brothers. You got screws. No, it's yeah, I know. Hey guys, This right here is like, we're not drinking coffee. We're drinking a beer from England. It is called a Santa's Butt. It is delicious. And well, let's go ahead and continue drinking. Really nice. I mean, I can't believe how clean this porter tastes. It's like you're not even drinking beer. It's like some type of like juice or something. It's not overpowering. Really, absolutely delicious, and I like it a lot. I like the Santa's Butt a lot. I hope that I can go back and maybe get 2 more bottles, keep them on ice, and drink them over the next 2 months for fun. Dark, but he has to have that Santa. All right, number 5, and well, we're back. So sad Aston's not here. He loves the discount. Amazon, they signed me up for some bullshit without my permission. Well, hopefully you got things sorted out. Guys, I'm talking about disgusting. We're getting into it again. Crawl, anybody that's new to the show, please bear with me. Don't have to answer this, but if you want to play along, I'd love to hear what you think. It's time for question number 5, and here it comes. What would you rather? For 1 month, okay, 1 month completely, you have to brush your teeth twice a day, morning and night, but your toothpaste get over the hour limit, it can cut you off. So, medically we'll have that, but like I said, the new studio is being put into play. It's going to be all good. We're not going to have this issue anymore. So, for 1 month, twice a day, all the zits off your nose, off of your face, I don't know, when you're a kid, it's on toothpaste. And you're going to brush your teeth with it. Get in there in a month, on your tongue, whatever, and boom, that's number 1. Blah, that's gross, right? Okay? Or number 2, for 30 days as well, every day you have to eat 3 cookies, and they're like chocolate chip cookies, right? But instead of them being chocolate chips, they are moles, okay? Moles from your arm, your underarm, or whatever, somewhere on your body. You got moles. Everybody's got them. They're like, it's just part of human nature, right? But they're baked inside the cookie, and you gotta eat 3 of them. I'm sorry. When you're eating that, and you got, so it has the softness of a cookie, and I'm sure a mole probably tastes soft, much like a chocolate chip. So, what are you having? You're brushing your teeth with zits, or are you eating moles? I mean, my gosh. Crawl, I know it's gross, but we'd always like to get a little wacky on this weekend show. So, if this is your first time, don't expect it every time, but, occasionally we'll do that. And people are like, good for you, Danny. You got the balls to do it, right? Say it. Anyway, for me, I don't want to try either one of them, but if I had to pick, what would you rather? I'm going to go with the eating of the moles. Nice, Crowl's in. This is a really good. Would you rather have? Yes, that's a hola amigo, Crowl. I love having you guys here. That's what it's all about. Because the thing is I'm just really a regular dude. If we were hanging out in a bar, we were talking shit, being disgusting, being gross. One thing I will say is we're never disrespectful, or we'll never be perverted, okay? So always respect women and people, and we got no problem there, all right? We don't make fun of people with crazy things that are going on in their life, and we don't disrespect people. We just talk about some gross stuff, right? And that's very important to me, because I will never step that line. I wouldn't step that line here on the show. So that's important to me, that if you're watching it for the first time, or if you're watching on the replay, we just don't do that. But being gross, yeah, they're both disgusting. I don't want to do them. Certainly don't want to brag. I would just put them in and swallow them. Cheers, guys. If you're just joining me, please. This is what we're drinking. The Santa's Butt. You are not that normal. What you do having 1 hour, love you best. Jens, Crown, thank you. You know, I've said it time and time again, and as this channel continues to grow with your support, I will be sending it out to you. You know, the fact that, you know, what you said right there, Jens, about not being normal and not many people have an hour and a half show, it is hard. And people give up. And we're going to get into that in a little bit later, but I absolutely love it. I love you guys for being here. Thank you so much. I'm going to cheers to you. We're drinking Santa's butt. It's not what would you rather. I'm going to then go into another favorite segment called This Day in History. All right. But before we do that, I just want to remind you, this next coming week will be for the last 4 episodes, 21, 22, 23, 24. And that will be the last of the Reading Man Dan. Then I'll be in Buffalo. I will be back home with the holidays for my family. I'll probably pop on with a quick beer. So, next week, look out for the last episodes. And I promise you, my favorite episode, and no, I'm not joking, we got to taste this one, we got to review it. My favorite episode to read was 23. So, if you don't watch any of the Christmas episodes, please watch 23. It's the only one I ask. It's a lot of fun. If you want to know what it is, I'll let you know now. It's a very famous designer, cartoon, I don't know what creator, but it's his story off of a famous Charles Dickens story, and it was my favorite episode, and I wanted to tell you that. It's the 23rd. It's important for me. Another dress up, another good time, but I actually, it made a strong connection to me. Lisa, you are chugging again. Yeah. All right, but anyway, if you get a chance, those are the last episodes, and then we'll swing into the holiday. Next year, we got a whole bunch of format changing. Still going to be putting out videos each and every week. January will be like a bunch of compilations. So the best of Reading Man Dan, the best of Travel Man Dan, the best of Food Friday. You guys know that if you follow this channel. Then I'll be putting out a new trailer. And then the new travel style episodes of the Reading Man Dan will happen each and every week. Looking forward to that. I hope you guys are too. Now it's time for This Day in History. Barrow's not here. I haven't seen Cousin Brian in a while, but let's still roll on with the show. Now, I want to tell you a couple of quick things. One, I'm not a history professional. I'm not a history professor. I'm not a teacher. I just like talking about things that happened on this date in history. So, let's get into it. Don't hold me to it. The dates are accurate. I do a lot of fact checking before the show now. I got called out my first couple episodes. I'm sorry. But now, we got things rolling, and we're dead on. So here we go. Red Eye Lisa. Yeah. Okay, I got to go to Tim Hortons. I've never seen anybody like donuts as much as my sister. All right, here we go. All right, on this day in history, December 20th, 1699. Russian Tsar Peter the Great ordered the Russian New Year change. I would love it if Lisa came to Denmark. Lee, I would love it. You would absolutely love it. Maybe we'll go ahead and go together. All right. So in 1699, on this day in history, December 20th, Russian Tsar Peter the Great ordered the Russian New Year changed from September 1st to January 1st. Right? Had to do with a lot of religious things. Tsar Peter the Great switched the New Year, and for us, I know it's symbolic every time Christmas rolls around. Well, especially in America, it's Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, then you know the New Year. But in Russia, the New Year used to be, back in the 17th century, it used to be on September 1st. But the Russian Tsar Peter the Great changed it to January 1st on this day in history. On this day in history, December 20th, 1803, the French, they lowered the flag in New Orleans to mark the formal transfer of the Louisiana Purchase to the United States. That's right. We took over the state of Louisiana. You know how much we bought it for? USA bought it from France for $27 million. That's not even what a quarterback makes this year. Oh, man. It's crazy that he bought an entire state back in 1803 for $27 million on this day in history. On this day in history, December 20th, 1924, Adolf Hitler was freed from jail, having serving only 9 months of a 5-year sentence for the beer hall push. If you remember that, we talked about that last month, how Hitler got his troops together and they tried raiding the city, and they tried to go ahead and they created a rebel attack, and he was caught and he was captured. He was put in jail. He was sentenced to 5 years. But after 9 months, after being a model citizen, serving on good behavior, he was released on this day in history. On this day in history, December 20th, 1946, Christmas classic It's a Wonderful Life, the film, premieres in New York. Directed by Frank Capra, starring James Stewart, Donna Reed, and Lionel Barrymore. Wow. And if you haven't seen that, if you haven't seen It's a Wonderful Life, where the hell have you been? All right, check it out. It's now on Amazon. You can check it out in black and white in its original form from 1946, or you can do it where they've added color, which is still pretty cool. Jimmy Stewart was the man, so was Lionel Barrymore. If you haven't seen my episode where I go to Hollywood Forever, I visit Lionel Barrymore's grave, check that episode out. But on this day in history, in 1946, It's a Wonderful Life was brought out and premiered on film. And yeah, it's not one of my favorite Christmas movies, but it's definitely one of the classics that you need to see and catalog in one of your must-see Christmas videos. All right, on this day in history, December 20th, 1990, okay? Get ready. The first web page was created by Tim Berners-Lee, a British scientist at CERN, C-E-R-N, the European Organization of Nuclear Research. The page went live on this day, okay? It went live. Now, they were creating this page right before this. I believe it was the summer. But on this day in history, all right, the nightmare before, on this day in history, it was created and published and put out there. And if you haven't checked it out, just go and Google first web page and you'll see it. And it's like this crazy, like just this little page with a couple of links connected to it. But that was the first one on this day in history, was created in 1990. On this day in history, December 20th, 1999, Portugal returns, gives it back. Here you go. Macau to China. Wow. 1999. I believe that was the same year that Hong Kong was given back by the British to China. But if you've never been to Macau, it is an unbelievable, city, state, I don't know what you'd call it. I think it's autonomous region. It is great. And speaking of pork sandwiches, since we were talking about the Cuban earlier, if you've never been to Portugal, or if Macau is fun, yes, it's so fun, of East Asia, or of Asia. Sorry, I gotta turn that off. It's just really fun. But speaking of pork sandwiches, they make this sweet bun, sliced pork chop inside, slab of butter. And I know it sounds simple, but it's freaking amazing. And if you get a chance to go to Macau, I'm sure you're going to absolutely love it. The people are great. I'm not really much of a casino guy. I don't even go to the casinos when I'm here in Vegas, or when I'm in Vegas. But on this day in history, in 1999, the significance of Portugal returning Macau back to China is massive, because now they have Hong Kong and they have Macau. And I definitely recommend, if you go to China and you're wondering, should I do like the northern and middle part, like Shanghai, Beijing, Xi'an, or do I do the southern part? I definitely recommend the southern part over the northern part. It still is culturally significant, but the thing about the southern part that you can do is Guangzhou, which is Canton. You can also do Hong Kong, which is amazing, and Macau. You can do that all within a week if you're on limited time. Definitely suggest, though, if you're going to go to China, go for an entire month and see that shit all. It's awesome. Frank knows what's up. China is really cool. Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it. That's this day in history. This is what we're drinking. We are drinking a nice English porter winter ale, a holiday Christmas beer called Santa's Butt. I'm enjoying it. I love it. There's really not a lot of things going on here that I can talk about. It's just a really solid beer. It tastes like a porter. It tastes like a lighter Guinness, if you will. Now, some people don't like Guinness. Some people think it's got an odd and unfamiliar taste. But the thing I like about Guinness is that it is odd and unfamiliar. It's got that porter flavor to it. This is basically the same thing, just a little bit lighter. Let's go ahead. I'm going to take another sip. I'm going to close out the show soon, but I want to get into what are you reading, what are you watching? You don't like the black beers? I thought you liked them, freak. They're okay. I'm starting to really like them. The thing I don't like about the cheers. Do you want to take? The thing I don't like about the black beers is I can't drink a lot of them. Right? I feel like I can only drink 3 or 4, then I'm done. They are typically stronger. This one, like I said before, I won't want the 6%, so it is just at the threshold of what we consider a strong beer. But guys, now it's time to roll into what are you reading, what are you watching. I told you before a little bit about the schedule that we're doing here. I'm probably a Pilsner. I'm probably an IPA guy. That's probably, if I could pick one, it would be IPA. I told you about what we're doing, how I'm going to be going ahead and traveling a little bit more next year, how we're going to go ahead and we're going to do compilation videos throughout the month of January, but then February, I'm off and running. But the off and running part starts here in Los Angeles. Obviously, I still work a full-time job and do this. So this is what I'm reading. I'm getting versed up for next year. It is the 101 restaurants, dishes, and people here in Los Angeles. I mean, look at this beautiful book put out by Los Angeles Times. It talks about all these delicious meals. Look at this place. This is definitely, I seen most of your scores are Lagamela tacos. Look at that deliciousness. Okay, this right here was put out by the LA Times. Look at this one, mini kebab. Okay, all the delicious. Okay, look at this, one of my favorite dishes, pluck to go. Oh, Hainan chicken. Okay, so I'm doing a lot of research here. This is what I've been reading. I've been finding out how do I get into your restaurant to go ahead and give you free marketing. Free marketing. We're going to go ahead and really storm Los Angeles next year. I still will be doing occasionally a couple of fast food restaurants, especially depending on the pandemic. If I can't go in the restaurants, we'll be doing more fast food. But as soon as that shit is over, boom, we're going into shit. I'll do 101 right now. Really looking forward to that. Yes, thank you. Really looking forward to getting into that. But that's what I'm reading. What are we watching? TMD. I love it. What am I watching? It is on Netflix. And I always feel weird about this kind of thing because, you know, I like the FBI shows, the crime shows, the forensic shows. But now I'm watching a documentary on the Unabomber. It's called The Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski. And if you're not familiar with him, check it out. I saw an hour, or it's a 45-minute show on the FBI files about Ted Kaczynski. I remember when he was captured. And I remember my friend, when I had a big beard, calling me the Unabomber. I heard that What If is good. I heard that, yeah, I'm going to get into the Ripper, and I heard What If was great. Crazy how smart he, and then this documentary really tears him apart. And, the amount of bombs that he created, it's like something like over 20-some bombs over some 25, 6 years. And when he was finally captured, they finally got him. And he lived in a tiny, like 14 by 12 little, like, cabin in Montana. And everybody thought he was weird, but nobody thought he was the Unabomber. and it's just a really interesting documentary. And watching the FBI files then had triggered my documentary. So that's what I'm reading and what you're watching. This is what I'm drinking. Okay, Joe, off the grid. Yeah, exactly, way off the grid. And that was his whole thing. He hated corporations, and but he was uber smart. And it's sad because 3 people died, and a lot of people got injured, and I don't like these people, but I want to try to understand it, and that's the societal problem. Is anyway, check it out if you get a chance. Check out the Unabomber. I forget what I was gonna say, but this is what we're drinking. We're drinking the Santa's butt. I'm gonna go ahead, swig this down, leave you with the quote of the week. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's go ahead and chug this down. Wow, man! I tell you what. If I was okay to drive, because I'm not okay to drive right now. But if I was, I'll be going right back to the store where I bought the Santa butt, and I will be getting 2 more bottles. Okay, there's just something chilling about it. Yeah. There's something about the way that they put the show together, right? It triggers something in your mind. It makes you interested. But we're talking about Santa's butt. Absolutely delicious porter. Love this beer, actually. Ridgeway Brewing Company from Oxfordshire, England. Really delicious. Can't say enough about this. A 9. A freaking 9, man. This foam. The game is beer, and that's it, man. It's like all that stuff out there, all that fluff. It's about the work. It's about showing up each week, and that's so important. And I think everyone's losing the stream, but I just wanted to go ahead and thank you. I'm back. We may only have 7 to 30 people on this live show. I may only get 14 or maybe 1,400 views. I continuously put out videos. I put my time and energy. My life is spent creating this as of the last 2 years. And all that other stuff out there that they want to talk about and that you're flipping through and you could get rich, you can get through it. It's all bullshit. It's all the foam, right? It's all the hype and all the stuff that is everything else that everyone else talks about. But for me, think about this. It's about being present, about showing up, about doing the works. Okay, you hear about this and saying, you know what, I'm gonna go to Copenhagen, I'm gonna make 10 videos, or I'm gonna go to Asia and I'm gonna make videos, and building that up and learning that ain't easy, man. And that's the thing. Most people quit. Most people want just the foam, but they don't want the beer. Okay, the beer is the sweetest part. The beer is the magic. The beer is like the process of doing it and feeling good while you're doing it. I don't do this shit so other people can talk about how they watch me or how it's fun. Merry Christmas, hola amigo. Merry Christmas, Tenacious Free. I do it because I freaking love it, man. I love the beer of it. Not literally the beer that we do on the show, the meat of my program. And I love that Marv Levy said that because he was referring to one of the greatest teams that never won a Super Bowl. He was one of the greatest coaches to never win a Super Bowl. And he said, you can talk about all the hype. You can talk about all the buildup. And that's all just the foam. But the beer is the game of football. And make that relative to your life. Think about it. Whatever you do, whether you're a businessman, whether you're a dentist, whether you're a lawyer, whether you're a taxi driver, whether you're a blue-collar plumber, or whether you're a construction worker, that work, what you do, is the beer. All that other stuff, that praise, like when it's finished, like, oh, look at my teeth, or look at this building, that's all just the build-up and foam. but it's about when you're in it, when you're doing the process. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. This is what we did today. We had the winter lager from Sam Adams. We gave it an 8. We did the Santa's butt. Okay, we gave it a 9. It was delicious. Thank you so much for joining me. I want to wish you guys all a happy holidays. A Merry Christmas. I don't know if I'm going to see you until then, other than my shows, but I'll be sure to hop on for just one beer. The beer is the king of football. I'll be sure to hop on those time. So if you ever hear PST, that means Pacific Standard Coast, California. EST. So I will be hopping on at some point. EST. Thank you so much. Happy holidays to everyone. We had Ola. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for supporting me. I can't say it enough. I appreciate it. Don't worry, the patches are right there. I'm still figuring things out, but I promise you, you guys are the original 25. Thank you so much for joining me on the weekly beer and video review show. The stream is so bad here. Going to say bye. Goodbye. I'm sorry it's bad. Thank you so much, Mario. I hope you guys have a great one. I'm Travel Man